Hey guys, this is Corey with Mission Side Hustle, and as you know, I am growing $500 into $1 million. So stay tuned to this episode. I'm going to be talking about a net worth update, how much money the channel has, how much I made on the last side hustle, why I've stopped doing that one, and what I'll be doing next in the few steps down the road. So check it out, you won't want to miss it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Hit the bell so you get notifications. If you guys are interested in this journey, you got to do that so you can keep following up with me. I want to have more people on this with me, so please do subscribe. I'd love to have you guys in the journey too. All right, so before I move on to anything else and start talking about what I'm gonna do next, I wanted to bring you guys back and really kind of tell you all what the key figures are in terms of what's happened so far. So I started with $500, bought the scooter, that took me down to zero. I rode Uber Eats for a few weeks and I made, I'm just gonna give you guys rounded numbers so it doesn't get too complicated, about $355. I had to take that $355, pay off the registration for the scooter, which brought me down to about $190. From there, I had to pay $15 in gas over the course of those 2 weeks for riding Uber Eats, and that left me with about $170, $175. So then I got hit with a little bit of a dilemma. Uber Eats deactivated my account and told me that I could not do any more deliveries unless I put insurance on my scooter. Now, in the state of Florida, you're not required to have insurance on a scooter, but to deliver with Uber Eats, they do require it. So I was left with a couple choices. I either stop what I'm doing and find some other side hustle to do, or I pay $70 for a policy and continue with Uber Eats. And to tell you guys the truth, Uber Eats accomplished what it did. I spent my money, I have transportation. I had some seed money for my next thing, and I really, as you guys know, I wanted to kind of progress to something that wasn't gonna require me to be fully active and working on something every minute to be making that money. So at that point, I cut ties with Uber Eats. I took out of the $175, I took $75 out cash, and I've started driving my scooter to garage sales. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that right now. So now that y'all know the key figures of what I'm working with, I wanted to just kind of roadmap out what exactly I'm looking to do the next few steps down the road, whether it be a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, whatever it is. I want to let you guys know what's running through my head. And actually, I'd love if you guys, if you have any ideas that I maybe don't mention here, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. If there's something that I'm missing that maybe you've done before and would like for me to do on camera, let me know. I'd love to try it out. But as I go through this, I'm gonna tell you guys all the pros of each thing that I liked in case you guys are thinking about doing it yourselves and want to give it a shot. So going over the roadmap, the first thing I wanted to do and did was Uber Eats. I want to tell you the 3 best things about Uber Eats. 1, it is flexible. You can turn it on and off when you'd like. There is a caveat to that. Sometimes you turn it on and you might not get a lot of orders, so your best times if you're looking to do it, about 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for that lunch rush, and then 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the dinner rush. So it is flexible, but there are some limitations in terms of when you're gonna have your best bet out there. Number 2, the money's not bad. Like I told you guys before, if you watch my previous videos, I was making most of the time on average about $15 an hour. Don't forget, when you do enroll, make sure you use a referral code. It doesn't have to be mine. I'm gonna put mine up here for you guys, but I would say if you have a friend that's doing it, use your friend's code. But if you don't have that, use my code. I did that for somebody else. I got $50 bonus once I hit 50 rides. I don't know what yours would be, but it is unique to your geographic area and for you guys in particular. And the third and final thing that I really liked about it was that it's low cost. So many things take money to get started with, not Uber Eats. If you already have a car, you're ready to go. For me, someone doing this project that I'm doing, $500, I was on a scooter and I was ready to rock and roll and start making money. So it's low cost, you make good money, and it's flexible. That's all the things I look for in a side hustle. All right, what I'm moving into, I'm very excited to tell you guys this. I have moved from doing Uber Eats to doing garage sale flips and auctions. And I'm gonna tell you guys the top 3 things why I like that side hustle. Out of all of them, if I could go back and do it again, I would have started with this first. It is my favorite thing to do. I have a lot of fun doing it. It's the closest thing I do to treasure hunting. Sometimes you go to these places and you get some deals, and I just find that really fun. Some people might not, but I love it. It's like you go in there, you could come out with something amazing. You don't know, but it's really cool. It's a bit of, you know, it's a bit of the chase. I like doing that. I find it to be really fun. So that's the number 1 reason I like garage sales. Number 2, you can front load all of your work. So previously, when I was doing Uber Eats, I was out there hustling, man. I was grinding on that scooter, and you get paid for the work that you do. For garage sales, you can load up on inventory. You can spend a ton of money on inventory listed online, and your work is essentially front loaded and the hard part is done. From there, it's just kind of getting things either coordinated for pickup or shipped out. Number 3, I really like that it never stops working for you. Like I just said, if you put things online, you're not actively working, it's already out there. People are coming to you if they want to buy your items. So that's awesome, man. That's the most passive thing you can kind of do as a side hustle, and I love that. I don't want to spend all my time working. All right, so while I love garage sales, I am going to want to scale up my efforts, and the next move I'm going to do, it's a power move. I can't wait to do. It's going to open up a lot of doors for me. I want to buy a car. There's so much I can do once I finally have a car. I can put it on Uber and Lyft. I can list it on Turo, and I can start going to garage sales, continue doing that, auctions, but I'll have more room to buy more things. I can really scale up what I'm doing. So the first thing I want to do is find a car that qualifies for all those platforms. I can work actively on Uber and Lyft, and then I can work passively or semi-passively on Turo by listing my car for rent. I think that's going to be huge for me because I can really start to do lots of different things with just one more item. You know, when I talk about doing regular Uber or Lyft, I feel a little bit more optimistic about it than I did Uber Eats. The times that are busy just sort of work for me better. Like you guys know, I have a family. I can't do lunch and dinner rushes. I live, you know, sort of close to an airport, so I could do airport runs on Uber or Lyft, and that's kind of an early morning thing, or maybe even a later evening thing once, you know, my kids are asleep. So I think that'll work out much better for me. So I'm going to give that a shot too. Now, when I list that car on Turo, it's not going to be the best or most beautiful thing, but it will qualify for what they want. The qualifications for Turo is it needs to be 12 years old or less than 130,000 miles. And it can't be like a motorcycle or an RV. I think I can do that. I think I can do that for a pretty cheap price. And I'm really excited to get into Turo because I really like cars. I think they would be really cool to scale that out and have a fleet. You know, you guys know I live in the Tampa Bay area, so down here certain things are gonna be more in demand than others. I'm looking forward to getting some stuff like a Jeep Wrangler, maybe a convertible. I have this crazy idea of getting a Polaris slingshot. I think that'd be super cool to have. So I really like to grow that fleet out and have all those things running simultaneously. And then if they're not rented, guess who gets to drive it? Assuming now that my Turo fleet has grown, I have my convertible, I have my Jeep Wrangler, I have my Polaris slingshot, I've got all those things running, I want to move into the next phase. Hopefully I'll have some cash built up, but I may cash out those items at that point, and I want to start getting into real estate. I love real estate. There's so many advantages to it, and there's so many ways to get into it. I know I'm doing things this way, but people get into real estate a lot of the time with very little money. There's lots of different things you can do. I really like rentals, and specifically I love vacation rentals. I just find creating that experience for people is a really good time for me. I like doing it, and it's very lucrative. It's really great. So once I get to that point, I will be looking up to buy some vacation rentals in this area and doing Airbnb, doing VRBO. I'm gonna try all the platforms so I can really show you guys which ones work best for me and see how that goes. And actually, if you guys are thinking about doing it, previously, years ago, my wife, then girlfriend at the time, we used to rent out our second bedroom in our house. It sounds a little weird, and it probably was a little bit weird to get started, but we were making upwards of $1,000 a month, and it was covering our rent. So before you guys do that, make sure you're allowed to do it. But if you can, it's awesome. And if you guys do want to try Airbnb, use my invite code. Out of all the referral codes that are out there, Airbnb gives you a huge bonus. I don't remember what it is exactly, but I want to say it's at least a couple $100s once you guys sign up and host a little bit. And of course, if you guys do that, I'll get a little reward from Airbnb as well. So help me, help you, help me. Thank you guys. So now that I've kind of released my game plan and told you the roadmap, I hope you guys are excited to see it happen in action here. If there's something you guys have done that I didn't list, let me know. I'd love to try other things too. These are just things that I know about and that I've done in the past and want to do again at scale on camera here. So just as a reminder, guys, the channel's at $675 net worth. I'm gonna be taking some of that money out and start doing these garage sale flips. And hopefully you guys are excited to see me get into those other things I talked about. It's gonna take a little time, you know, when I get started with this. You know, it's slow to get that ball rolling. If you think of it as a snowball, like we've got this teeny little $500 investment, it's got to roll up, it's got to get bigger. And once we get past these milestones of starting getting into the thousands or, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, like it's gonna grow really fast, and I just know it. So hope you guys are excited to see that happen. Thanks for checking in. We'll be back with you guys soon with the garage sale flip. Step back just a few steps.
Here, do you want the money too?
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll just give it all to you. So again, I'm not gonna use like the audio. Hey, that's actually good. So here you go.